They came from the sea. No one knew where they came from. No one knew what they wanted. But when they arrived, empires fell. The Sea Peoples, a force so powerful, so mysterious that the greatest civilizations of the ancient world trembled before them. They weren't just a footnote in history. They were a tidal wave that reshaped it. This is their story. Part mystery, part legend, and entirely true. Before the Sea Peoples, the late Bronze Age world was a tightly woven tapestry of kingdoms, city-states, and empires. Egypt ruled from the Nile. The Hittites held power in Anatolia. The Mycenaeans thrived in mainland Greece. The Mitanni and Babylonians traded influence and ideas across the Near East. Trade routes spanned from Cyprus to Crete, from the Levant to Sicily. Copper and tin flowed like rivers. Ships carried not only goods, but also gods, myths, artisans, and emissaries. The Mediterranean was alive. Bustling ports, towering palaces, diplomatic marriages. Kings sent gold to one another like gifts. Treaties were sealed with oaths to a dozen gods. It was a golden age, but a fragile one. Beneath the gleaming surface, the cracks began to show. Soil grew tired, harvests failed, taxes rose, armies spread thin, the balance wavered. This world had grown powerful, but also vulnerable. The name Sea Peoples is modern, a blanket term scholars gave to various maritime raiders and migrants mentioned in ancient texts. But to the Egyptians they were real and named: Shurden, Shekelesh, Luka, Peliset, Jeker, Denyen. Who were they? It's one of the great riddles of the ancient world. They weren't a single people. They were a confederation, a mix of tribes, castaways, warriors, settlers. Some may have come from the Aegean, others from Anatolia, the Balkans, or even Sardinia and Sicily. They wore strange armor, bore unfamiliar weapons, and sailed sleek ships with curved hulls. Why did they come? Some were pushed by famine, others by war. Some were adventurers, others were exiles, and together they became a storm. The first signs came quietly. Trade declined. Letters between kings became more desperate. Then around 1200 BCE came the fires. Ugarit, once a thriving port, was annihilated. Hattusa, the heart of the Hittite Empire, vanished in flame. Mycenaean citadels, once bustling centers of Greek power, fell into ruin. They attacked by land, they struck by sea. Cities burned to ash. Libraries turned to smoke. Palaces were stripped of gold and knowledge. A letter from Ugarit captures the fear. My father, behold, the enemy's ships are here. They burn my cities with fire, my men are dead, my women cry for help. These were not mere raiders. This was an organized, sweeping assault. A migration of destruction, and no one was safe. As empires crumbled to the north, one power remained: the new kingdom of Egypt. Pharaoh Merneptah and later Ramesses III faced the Sea Peoples at their gates. They came by land, pushing through Canaan. They came by sea, their ships filling the Nile Delta. Ramesses III prepared Egypt for war, fortifications, fleets, archers lining the riverbanks. The battle came, and Egypt won. His triumph is carved in stone at Medinet Habu. I made them turn back. I slaughtered them. Their ships and their warriors sunk in the sea. It was a stunning victory. Egypt survived, but it was not unscathed. Resources depleted, temples looted. The empire's reach would never extend so far again. The cost of survival was decline. After the fires, some Sea Peoples didn't vanish. They settled. The Peliset, likely ancestors of the Philistines, built new cities in southern Canaan. Their architecture, burial customs, and pottery show foreign influence, clearly not native to the region. Others, like the Checker, may have integrated into coastal Levantine communities. They didn't write histories, but the ruins speak for them. New weapons, distinct pottery, foreign foods. DNA analysis reveals genetic links to the Aegean and Anatolia. They were not just raiders, they were pioneers of a new, unstable order. Historians have debated for decades. What caused the Bronze Age collapse? Some blame climate change, sudden droughts that destroyed crops. Others cite earthquakes, plagues, invasions, economic collapse. The truth may be all of these, cascading together like falling dominoes. The Sea Peoples may not have caused the collapse. They may have been its consequence. A response to chaos, a symptom of desperation. They were the wolves circling a dying world, and when they struck, they accelerated the fall. By 1150 BCE, the names vanish from Egyptian records. The Sea Peoples fade into myth, but they didn't disappear. They changed. Some became the Philistines, others were absorbed into Phoenician city-states. Some may have migrated farther west, planting seeds of culture across the Mediterranean. In their wake rose new powers, Israelites, Arameans, Phoenicians, early Greeks. From the ashes, new nations emerged. Their raids helped shatter the old world. Palaces turned to rubble, scripts forgotten, languages lost. But from the ruins, a new age dawned. The Iron Age, a harder, leaner world. Kingdoms of iron, not gold. Gods of vengeance, not abundance. The Sea Peoples were more than invaders. They were agents of transformation, catalysts of reinvention. The fire that cleared the field for a new kind of civilization. Their influence rippled for centuries. We still don't know who they really were. The evidence is scattered, carvings, ruins, broken jars, no manifestos, no chronicles, only what others said about them. And yet they changed everything. The Sea Peoples are a warning. They remind us how fragile civilization can be, how quickly the web of trade, alliance, and knowledge can snap, how desperate people pushed to the edge can change history. They came from the sea, they changed the world, and then they vanished into legend. Empires rose, empires fell, but no storm was ever more mysterious or more devastating than the Sea Peoples. Thank you for joining us in the shadow of the past.